How many snaps did they run in the 14 personnel?
That's only for us.
100% of the snaps.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the 5-Minute Debate. As you can see, Marco is not here, but we have a very special guest with us, G-Men Jay. Jay, how's it going, man?
Good. I appreciate you having me fill in for Marco. And like I said when I co-hosted with you a few weeks ago, I'm better than Marco with this anyway. So this will be
honestly, what was it? Last week we had Joe. This week we got you. I'd be okay if Marco never came back.
We just make sure he doesn't see this.
Exactly. If you guys didn't read the title in the video, we are debating Chase Edmonds versus Damien Harris.
Real studs we're talking about.
Yeah, and I know what you're thinking. Why? And that's fair. I get it.
Very fair.
Yeah, very, very fair. But again, these are the guys, when you're looking for value late in your drafts, you're going to have to make a decision probably between these two exact players. I mean, they are going in very similar spots in drafts right now.
Yeah, I just looked this morning at the ADP. Harris is running back 24 off the board, and Edmonds is running back 25. So they are literally neck and neck. And that's according to Fantasy Football Calculator.
Yep. So again, you guys are going to be making that decision, and this is how you win your league. Is if you can pick right in these later rounds, you find value. They may not be long-term dynasty assets, but at least for the next season or two, they have value. So with that being said, let's just kind of get into it, Jay. I'm going to pass it to you first. You are arguing for Damien Harris. What is your reasoning behind Damien Harris first here?
Well, when you first think of Damien Harris, you don't think league winner, but there's definitely some potential here. He's got some stuff going for him. First off, Rex Burkhead, James White are both likely out the door. So there's going to be a little bit more clarity. Now, it is unfortunate that Cam Newton's going to be back next year, but I still don't buy that Cam is going to be the long-term answer. I don't think he's going to finish the season as a starter next year. I think that they're going to wind up drafting a quarterback, whether it's, with their first round pick or somewhere day 2 or day 3. But I think that Cam is simply a placeholder. I think that the offense will be better, though, with the signings of Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry. Yeah, it can't be any worse. They were bottom 10 in yards per game, points per game, but they were 4th in rushing yards per game. So they want to rush the ball. They know what they have. That's why they didn't spend big on wide receivers, because that's not what their team is going to be. I think this team is built perfectly to set up the run with those short intermediate passes with Jonnu, with Hunter Henry. They got a big play guy with Aguilar, and I like Kendrick Bourne. I think it was a solid signing. He's not, they don't have a wide receiver one. Edelman's going to be coming back, but he's 107 years old. So he's not really going to be able to do much, even if he's able to stay on the field. And like I was saying, he's going at running back 24. Damien Harris is.
Yep.
Guys going above him, Zach Moss, David Johnson. I wouldn't touch either of those guys. Maybe Zach Moss if you believe, but Josh Allen isn't going anywhere. They still got Devin Singletary. They're rumored to be adding another running back, whether it's through the draft or free agency. And he did have, when he got the backfield mostly to himself, he was semi-productive. This isn't somebody who's going to jump into the running back one territory.
Right.
But if you're able to get somebody that late who can give you solid flex and bye-week running back 2 potential, it's all about value.
Yeah. I think that's the reason I'm on Chase Edmonds, though, is I think he does have the upside of an RB1. I mean, he's not going to be, a perennial RB1, not at this point in his career, not at his age. But in that offense, and the role he plays being the pass catching back, he has the potential to have multiple touchdown games, 4 to 5 catches a week with rushing work. And I think that's the key there. Kenyon Drake is gone, which is enormous. And I do think they'll bring in another running back. This will not be the Chase Edmonds show. He's not going to have, 96% of the snaps like he did in week 9 when Kenyon Drake was out. I think they end up bringing in a back. But with that being said, no matter who they bring in, he's still going to be that pass catching back, I think. Unless Kenny Gainwell is infinitely better than I think he is, and I think he's a viable option to go there as well. And I'm a fan of Kenny Gainwell. Let me be clear. I think Chase Edmonds is better.
Yeah, and that's the thing that makes me hesitate with Edmonds. It's all but confirmed that they're still looking to add a running back.
I mean, are you worried about New England bringing in one there? Because if that's the thing, Chris Carson has been rumored there for a while now, and if he goes there, that worries me. His value can vanish in a heartbeat. I don't think it's the same with Chase Edmonds.
Yeah, that's true. You know, Edmonds was still productive as the number 2 guy, and I think he would be hurt much more by New England bringing somebody in than Arizona would be by bringing another running back in. But I just don't see it. I know they're spending a bunch of money, but in all reality, when has New England really went all in on, spending a lot of money on a running back? Yeah, they've got guys at the back end of their career like the Corey Dillons, and I mean, look over the history. You got Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis. I mean, you've just got these random guys. So they use some decent draft capital on Damien Harris and Sony Michel as well. So I don't think that they'll wind up doing it. I could be wrong, but just my gut feeling. I don't see them investing money or high draft capital when they do still have some pretty decent holes to fill.
Yeah, no, I think you're right there. It goes back to, I think Chase Edmonds, at least his role it's so safe. I mean,
he's got the safer floor. There's no question.
He was 25 this season with Kenyon Drake playing 15 games. He averaged, it was only 12 points without Kenyon Drake the one game. But again, we saw 2019, the one game he started, again, he's only started 2 games in his career. The other game he started without David Johnson, he put up 27 points. So again, he has that freak athleticism, that kind of ceiling with the receiving floor. Again, I'm looking at it here. He played the 3rd most slot snaps of any running back in the NFL. He's basically a receiver, and if he gets any additional running back or rushing work, he's gonna be an RB2.
The only thing with that running in the slot, though,
back end RB2, everybody. Not with week 1 RB1 upside, but he'll finish as an RB2.
Yep, I feel what you're saying. And the only thing that concerns me about the slot snaps is now that they signed AJ Green, he's not going to be playing out of the snap. So you're going to see a lot of Christian Kirk in the slot. So that could take away from Edmonds being used in the slot as well. Maybe not a whole lot, but it could be another ding in the armor. Damien Harris did average 5 yards per carry. He had, even though he played limited games, he had 3 games over 100 yards. And then the 3 games that he played with Sony Michel, he averaged 7 points per game, almost 60 yards rushing. The 7 games without, he averaged 75 yards and 10 points per game. So neither of these guys have been able to stay healthy, but we've seen more of Damien Harris on the field.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yep, and he had a solid stretch when he was out, where weeks 8 through 11, if you take away a bad week 12, which I hate when people cherry pick like this, but weeks 8 through 13, he averaged 10.5 PPR points. If you take out the bad week 12, it jumps up to almost 12 points per game. So when he's getting the work, he can perform as a back-end RB2. Yeah.
All right, guys. That is Chase Edmonds versus Damien Harris. You decide who wins. I don't know how many we've done. 6 of these now? I think I might be 6-0. I'm pretty sure. Just undefeated.
That's not how this works.
It might be. All right, guys. Thanks for listening, and we will see you guys next time.
We'll see.
Peace.